Victory Cup studio in Seoul. This is the GSL.
Down come the line.
That's right. We're doing it live. This is a match to die for, Artosis.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's alright.
It's okay. Man, who do you think is going to take this? SOS or Maru?
Geez, SOS maybe. I mean, SOS Maru is so close.
I've said this in several other casts. If it's SOS playing, I just always default to assuming SOS is going to advance.
And you would be pretty right on that. And he actually, overall win rate wise, he's one of the highest win rates ever.
Yeah,
I
think he really is like the smartest player.
I've been trying to gather some more fun facts and stats, and shout out to Coach Chanfi1 on Twitch. He was giving me a few of them. One of which being SOS has like the second highest win rate against Koreans in the world next to Innovation. I'm fairly certain this is a real stat. But anyway, it's something like that. I can't remember exactly off the top of my head, but he's ridiculous, obviously, being a so many time champion.
So our final four for now is Sue, Stats, and Dark. Can we get a Terran in there?
You know what?
Keep in mind, Maru was the only Terran in the round of 8.
I think Maru Dark is a just ridiculous match. I would love to see that.
Oh yeah, I'm okay with that.
Whereas
okay
SOS Dark, I'm like, ooh, SOS. We might be reaching the limits here.
It should be noted here, the highest he's gotten in GSL is a round of 4. So Maru really hungry to get there. And SOS actually not a GSL Codes champion, which is weird.
Yeah, twice in the finals though.
Yeah, he's won everything else you can name.
Yeah.
But he has not won this tournament.
And look, both these guys, they see Sue on the other side of the bracket. They know that whoever comes up from this side wins the Code S. Okay?
Yeah.
So they're both itching for it right now. Dark as well. He's like, oh my god, one more player. Maru, please lose.
최고의 적수는 팀
Great uses cue cards. No,
I didn't know she was doing what she wrote.
Oh wait, I guess she always shows them. I don't really look though.
혈투는 정말 대단하고 놀라웠는데요.
Okay, so guess what, guys? We got a
일주일
video
만에
for you.
만나게 된
Are you ready?
과연
We made it just for you.
Oh,
that's so sick.
And it also isn't just any video. It's not just some
It's a
random
happy
video.
birthday video. Happy birthday, guys, in the chat.
Yeah. So here you go. Yeah.
되게 오랜만에 8강 올라오는 것 같아서 기분 좋고 또 어렵게 올라와서 더 좋은 것 같아요. 더 열심히 해서 한 4강 이상으로 가고 오고 싶어요. 사토스조 걸렸을 때 진짜 하기 싫다였는데 막상 해보니까 더 하기 싫더라고요. 그래서 오늘 사토스조라서 개미 한 마리도 안 보일 줄 알았는데 그래도 시청자분들 많이 와주셔서 감사드립니다. 게임 잘하는데 좀 더럽게 해가지고 좀 하기 싫거든요. 저도 막 미신형 변현우 그런 스타일이 그래도 연습하기는 편한데 좀 붙기 싫었는데 붙게 되었네요. 좀 팀끼리 더 아쉬운 것 같아요. 팀원 만나면 아무렇지도 않을 것 같아요. 5점. 컨 잘 모르겠어요. 항상 보는데 컨보다는 그냥 빌드. 8점. 컨트롤이 얘가 보면 완벽한데 사신 대 사신 싸우면 항상 지더라고요. 그래서 8점. 근데 7점. 토스니까. 분관계가 있으면 견제를 못할 수가 없어. 그냥 그렇게 생각할 수도 있긴 한데 잘하는 사람이 그러면 안 돼요. 5점? 일단 테란이 견제하는 거는 다 꼬롱 노리는 거예요. 근데 요즘은 테란이 버프돼서 운이 안 될 것 같아요. 6점? 그냥 자기 빌드 잘 쓰니까. 성주 7점? 제가 테란 해봤는데 같은 빌드 하는데 저랑 같은 시간에 인구수 10 차이 나더라고요. 아, 최적화 잘하는구나 생각했고 10점입니다. 토스만 할 수 있는 빌드들이 되게 많은데 그걸 제일 잘 이용하고 또 그걸 이용해서 많이 이기시니까 좀 뿌듯하긴 한데 뭔가 기분 나쁜데? 내 노력이 물거품 되는 느낌? 한 9점? 뭔가 컨트롤이랑 비슷한 느낌? 빌드는 그냥 막 짜도 컨트롤이 되니까 잘하는 거 같고 테란으로서 한 3억 벌었나 성주가? 투수나 저그 했으면 지금 한 3천, 아니 3천도 아니다. 한 200 벌고 7년 동안 200 벌고 없어요 여기. 성주는 테란이 딱입니다. 유진이 형 되게 만나기 싫었는데 그래도 만나게 됐으니까. 그래도 형은 저번에 결승도 갔으니까 제가 이번에 결승 가겠습니다. 서로 한 스타일 하니까 재밌는 경기는 할 수 있을 것 같고, 서로 저도 좀 멘탈적이나 그런 걸로 서로에게 피해를 주지 말자. 아마 너가 이길 것 같은데 그래도 나도 최선을 다해볼게. 그리고 너는 사랑 가면 알잖아. 그래도 내가 결승까지는 가볼게. 한 번만 기회를 줘.
I like how in the subtitles when they laugh we put la la la.
Yeah. And when it's a little laugh, it's hee hee hee.
Yeah.
I do like that Maru said 10 for SOS's race understanding, but truly, it's closer to a 15.
I would
15
say
out of 10.
Yeah.
He
Gotta
understands
at least
things
go
that-
over what the maximum is, because we don't have anybody that quite gets it like SOS
Yeah.
does.
But I actually feel like they rated each other pretty darn well. Like, I would put Maru's micro maybe one higher than that.
You didn't like Dark rating his opponent a 0.2?
Yeah. Especially
And,
considering the one game he lost was to harassment.
Yeah. So, we are going to go into this best of 5 momentarily. I think this should go to all 5 games.
Probably.
I think it's going to be SOS doing the crazy stuff that SOS does.
Yeah.
The full package with Maru just plowing through with his good drops, good pushes, good macro. Maru's the Terran player we all want to be when we grow up. Or innovation. Who's really more of it? Who wore it better?
No, most people want to be Beyond. But Beyond is like a 10 on micro. And
But
then
they should really want to be more like Maru and innovation.
Well, yeah, they should want to be more like those
Right,
two. Like,
yeah.
I mean, Beyond is great, and you won a world championship. Neither of those two did, but it's funny. We should just make baseball cards for all these guys and put their actual stats down, because it's like, yeah, Beyond has the best micro in the world, for instance, but
Right.
and then you look at the other stats. Whereas the strategic understanding of some of these players, a lot of those players are players that we respect really highly, or the high macro rated players,
Yeah.
right? Like Sue and Innovation are both 10s on macro, and they're 2 of the most accomplished ever. This guy's a 10 on understanding, one of the most accomplished guys ever. Those are generally more powerful things than things like micro. 2 second places for this guy so far in the Code S. Imagine him versus Sue in the finals.
Oh, it would be so good.
That would be wild. Who would win, though? Neither
SOS, this is sort of the last thing he really has to do. I mean, he's won everything else. He's been the world champion.
Twice.
He's won an Intel Extreme Masters.
Once.
But no GSL Code S wins yet.
Yeah.
Notice the hot pack, SOS putting it on the wrist. Generic Green Ones guys, they love their hot packs before games.
Yeah, they do. Well, they got a coach to buy them for them. That's the
right.
most important thing a coach does.
That's
Buy
when you know
hot
you made it
packs.
as a nerd, when you
Yeah.
got other nerds bringing you hot packs for your Gosu
That's right.
hands.
Yeah.
Look at us as he's looking at his hands. He's like, how many kids have I owned with these Gosu hands?
How many hearts have I broken?
That's
with these
right.
hands?
How many nerds
How many
have
adepts have I...
slammed the fist on their desk after losing?
Yeah.
Going, oh, no! Blizzard! How many kids did that, not knowing SOS was on the other side with his powerful brain and Gosu hands?
Ooh. He's a deadly one, Tasteless.
He is. All right, we're ready. Let's go!
GSL Season 1 Code S Daybreak.
I do actually wonder who is
Green Wings. Maru.
who is the fan favorite here? Is it pretty split down the middle?
I would say so.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone loves Maru, everyone loves SOS.
I think that Maru just has a little bit more charisma when you see him interviewed, but if you look at just
Maru
the way,
has more charisma than what?
than SOS.
Then a wall
SOS.
with paint drying on it. Like, what?
No, I'm being serious. I think that Maru's like a guy. I don't know, he's younger. He's like this cute kid. He's always laughing. He's
yeah.
But you know, you look at SOS and it's like the way he plays the game is just so cool.
Yeah.
If you're gonna show somebody StarCraft and you want to, they have like a basic understanding, you show them an SOS game. That's when you realize how crazy a game of StarCraft can get.
Yeah. Who do you think is the most charismatic player?
Probably Beyond.
I think he's the most loved, for sure. Yeah, he's pretty charismatic, too, I guess.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of somebody who is more charismatic. Uh-oh, it's happening. It's an SOS build.
Yeah,
Here we go.
That seems about right.
I can warp in a Nexus anywhere. Why would I not do it at a gold base?
Okay,
you're right.
This will be interesting. We've seen him do gold base first expand builds on Odyssey, and when he was doing that, he went into some oracles and then super duper mass charge lots, like unfathomable amounts of charge lots.
I think that actually might be the play we have. You have to note that when they see the gold base, or in this case, they see the lack of a natural expand and everything else, and then you kind of assume it's going to be a gold base or some kind of crazy proxy. You know that there's only a limited number of strategies you can do because the gold base gives you a lot of minerals, not anything else with that. So maybe Maru can try to counter this in some way.
Well, it's so far away. It's definitely difficult to defend. He starts Warp Gate right away, so that means that you don't see as quick a
that was kind of weird.
a Stargate. So it's probably not going to be a Stargate play. It could just be something like Mass Adapt. Oh, a Robo. Okay, that's, well, it could just be for a Prism, though. We don't really know. I wonder.
So the SCV is tucked away in the upper left.
Do you know what, Tasteless? Okay, I was wondering about this, but I thought I heard the sound effect as the SCV gate went in, because we saw the SCV vision, and he went up and the gas was already done, but you can click on gas to see how much is there. Just the way that he's scouting almost seems, because he didn't see the Cybernetics core warping in, but I felt like he heard it warp in, so he might actually think this is a one-base play. But I can't imagine it. You'd click on the gases, you'd see that one just finished. And I thought he heard the finishing of the warping in, so I don't know.
I think there is the added factor that these guys are teammates. So I would assume that SOS, well, I don't know, SOS could kind of...
Look how defensive he is.
He can mix it up. If all these different players are musicians, SOS is the only one that does jazz. You know what I'm saying? He could actually mix it up every time.
Is that something jazz musicians are known for?
Well, when you're watching, I'm not a jazz fan, but if you go to a jazz show, you can watch them just improv like the whole time. Yeah. They're not actually following a script a lot of times.
Oh, okay. And is this like different from other musical acts? I actually am not. I don't really know anything about music.
Totally serious?
Yeah.
I think that's what one of the
You're
things.
Like, wow, are you this stupid? I'm like, yes. Can you just tell me? God, I'm asking you.
No, I mean, there's a lot of jazz shows you can go to where it's like they just start jamming.
Yeah.
And they're just jamming for like 4 hours, and that's what's kind of cool about it, is sort of feeling it out.
That sounds kind of cool.
But that's like SOS in a game.
Yeah.
Whereas so many other players, like you look at Hero, and Hero's like, no, this is totally scripted. This is a play.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I see what you're saying.
He's like, and it's like an opera. It's dramatic, and then he's got this build mapped out where it's like SOS is sort of just going with it. He comes up with a great idea. It puts the game in a weird position, and then he just, watches what his opponent's doing and feels it out and kind of responds correctly. Obviously, the gold base and the Robo are scripted, but everything else is sort of like Maru doesn't get to play games like this.
I think it's pretty rare that you play against anything like what SOS does unless you're playing him.
Yeah, I think he's going to get that pylon. We just took it off camera. Okay, so he actually unpowers the gates.
Yeah,
the fact that we saw SOS
bit of an
rushing up
pylon there.
Yeah, rushing up at the natural is pretty cool. I actually have to say, Maru's handling this really, really well. Now, the drop at the main, he can't do the warp in because the gateway's unpowered.
Yeah.
So the wind really taken out of the sails here for SOS, at least to start things off.
Well, at least he is pushing everything back for the time being. Since he has that gold base, even though he's lost 7 probes, his economy is still pretty solid. But where does he go from here, right?
I think we're sort of moving to a more normal game here. What SOS tried to do early on was basically thwarted by Maru. And I think there's a very high chance that if Maru pushes out, he can actually smash the gold base and probably win game 1.
You would think so, because without any actual upgrades, look, he's adding his first forge.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has some money, but he's going blink right now because he's being harassed to death. But there's like Siege Shanks and Liberators on the way. It seems like you would need charge to break what's eventually going to come.
Yeah,
and you need some upgrades as well, and that's all coming very slowly right now.
With that medevac that's continuing to harass and actually take out a decent amount of units, there's not an easy way for SOS to curb a push that comes out. He has to have all of his stalkers back at home. And unless I'm mistaken,
he's got to catch a medevac. Oh, Shine! What are you doing? Come on, there we go.
He got it. We saw the smoke.
Yeah. Okay, well, attack upgrade actually on the way here. I wonder if he's going to pull back into, like, Colossus-based play or something. Kind of interesting because, like, if you're going to go directly into charge, sometimes you want to get that armor upgrade first, but we'll see. A lot of gateways on the way right now. The third base, which is actually in the natural.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised by the natural Expo. I thought he might push out a little bit more, but you can see...
I thought you could take Maru's gold.
You can see the respect coming here from Maru. He really wants to be careful.
Yeah.
SOS is a very weird player to play against.
Siege Shank in the main base here. Viking to push this back.
So, is he not going to go for it, though?
No, man.
These are just free, right for the picking, but he's going to instead loop around.
Nothing's free against SOS.
Okay, so this game is really starting to normalize. Now, the gold base isn't going to be lasting that much longer. But for the time being, yeah, I mean, they're just kind of powering up, teching up. More and more and more Immortals being made here for SOS.
Yeah, that's a very cool thing that he's making so many Immortals.
I think it's pretty smart.
If he can get into his +1 armor before the attack hits, and I believe he will be able to. Like, +1 is done, so he can hit that armor, and just if he chrono boosts it nonstop, he'll definitely get it before Stim is done. In fact, Stim just barely started, so yeah, it's not a problem. That's really nice, because that was the only thing I was a bit worried about. And I love, oh my god,
is he going to go for a bust?
I just got chills. The position of his fourth base,
yeah,
I love that. I'm in love with that.
That's like,
marry me position of fourth base.
It's
cast StarCraft with me position of fourth base.
Do you think he's just doing that because it's closer to the gold, so he sort of has this circle?
100%, 100%. That's
Instead of it looking like a constellation.
Yeah, he's got a
Big Dipper formation.
Yeah, well, if you took the other one, look at how many areas he has to defend. He has to like change, you know, up to the high ground and stuff. No, this is the perfect fourth base.
Okay. So he's getting a warp in here in the main. And now there's a chance if Maru tries to over-defend this, he's going to jump inside the entrance right here.
Well, you're definitely right about that.
Big blink in here. Now the tanks, the one just to the bottom is not quite in range, but if these Immortals can get up there, that's going to go down. The Stalkers blink forward. They take out the first Liberator. I actually don't think there's enough to defend. This is just a really solid bust, and only just now are those Zealots getting cleaned up. Did he get the Warp Prism? Is there a chance for more Warpins? I think he actually gunned that down.
Yeah, I think you must be right. Well, I mean, this game might end anyways. Look at this.
Yeah.
Maru pulling all these SCVs out. Does throw down the anti-armor missile there, so definitely going to help out a little bit.
But I think with this next warp in,
well, he disabled it, so it's going to take a little bit longer for that. A lot of Marauders here. Might be able to pick these up.
I guess he actually just barely had enough time.
Wow.
He was never able to quite get forward, and if you notice, it was a little bit subtle, but SOS kited very nicely there with the Immortals. And all he really has to do is control this position down here, and he's going to bleed Maru out. Oh, that's so smart. Just sending a few Zealots down there. So Maru scrambles to get down there, but he's basically given up the ramp here. And this is just incredibly problematic for the Protoss. Just barely getting some Stalkers in time here. He does morph the Archon, but I think even with these Immortals eating a lot of shots from the Liberators, he's fine. There's just a little bit too much. And a bit unfortunate that there's two barracks on the low ground because the army can't quite merge up together now. Now, the last Immortal's been picked off, but it's just too late. GG, SOS takes game 1.
Okay, that was very well done, I have to say, because it didn't feel like it was going to work out as well when his initial harasses didn't really work, that really quick push, and then Maru's harass was doing all right. But as soon as he took that fourth base location, I knew it would be okay. I don't think he was even mining from it at the end. But that was, I mean, a great push, the warping in the main base. Those 3 Immortals did some heavy lifting in that natural.
By the way, that's a lot easier said than done. Breaking a Terran who's turtled up like that, the fact that he actually just went in there, he knew exactly where to attack what.
Yeah.
Took out the tanks, got the Liberators, warped in the right amount inside the main, I believe it was a second War Prism. I thought we saw the Viking gun down, the first War Prism that was in the main. He had the second War Prism over there in time.
I think you're right. I didn't
like
see where it came from.
Just the angle that it came from was like way from the north.
Yeah.
Unless it was a
weird, it should have come from the south.
Weird rally. Anyways, we're going to go to map number 2 now, Catalyst. Now, I thought Maru had a pretty good start, but you could see SOS, the section he navigates his race with is just too powerful. He can always curb the game into a victory, even if it has a wonky start. Even if the strategy he's trying to pull off early on doesn't quite work, he knows how to MacGyver his way to a victory. So let's see what happens in game number 2. It just now loaded up.
GSL Season 1, Code S, Daybreak. Jin Air Green Wings, Maru. Jin Air Green Wings, SOS.
I wonder if we're going to see a Zealot and a Stalker rallied across the map in a cancel command center. See that a lot on this map.
Yep. Gateway's on low ground.
Yeah.
I hope this is a close series and SOS doesn't just completely obliterate Maru.
Yeah, I hope
and
that.
drink his bone Maru, if you will.
Whoa.
That's right.
That's how he'll live forever.
Gosh, it is so weird SOS hasn't won a GSL Code S yet. Thanks for
Reddit.
coming down, guys.
It's like, oh, I got to put this clip up there.
Yep, they're making an appreciation thread right now. These casters are so funny. I'm like, oh, thanks, guys.
Yeah. Does anyone else wish they were still jet lagged?
I love them best when they're tired and feel like shit. Thanks, guys. So, will we have a close series? I don't know. I feel like this series can go one of two ways. Either SOS completely one-sided wins this, or it's close. I don't think we would ever have a Maru dominating a series with SOS.
Yeah, it's hard to see it. People generally dominate SOS. It would have to be a Zerg player, because sometimes his stuff against Zerg can just go wrong, but against the other two races, there's less things that can just go drastically wrong, right? Like Lings can get in your base, or Banelings can connect, and suddenly in a PvZ you're like, oh, okay. But you can always kind of squeeze out damage and stay alive against Terran and Protoss, you know? Just very different matchups.
So, Reaper comes up now, sees the placement of everything, fast expanding Protoss. There is a Robo on the way.
Yeah, once again a Robo.
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting?
He really likes these Robo openings, at least so far.
Saw the Robo, so that's important.
Complete.
Even had a little caution sign below the Robo, telling him to watch out. His Robo tech is pretty good.
That's a Robo.
Yeah, watch out. I'm good with this tech, too.
Yeah.
I know what to do with this build. I intend to use this build to get to the round of 4 of GSL.
I like the build, actually, coming out of Maru. It looks like it's probably going to be a 2 medvac stim timing, right? Is that what we're seeing here? He has a reactor, yep. And he just got the tech lab, so we should see stim start here and a starport coming up. Yeah, 2-1-1 as some people call it.
Okay, I think Maru has farmed enough information, and now we just have to see how he reacts. Now, the weird thing about trying to scout SOS is I feel like that means the least out of anybody you scout.
Yeah.
He is so hard to read. I would actually be very curious to see if SOS became a poker player, how much money he'd make, because...
A lot or nothing.
Yeah. He'd either be
in
broke and
massive
homeless.
debt, yeah. Or he'd be rich.
He'd be going to the pawn shop every week because he lost all his money because his plays were too crazy.
Yeah.
Or he'd be an out-of-touch baller.
You have to play against good players. It wouldn't work against bad players. So yeah, I mean, this is it's an older build, but this is the type of build that will do well against SOS, right? Like, you have the potential to hurt him if he didn't get enough, but also you have a lot of units, so it's hard for him to kill you. Going up to 3 gates, and Blank just has only utilized that Robo. 4 observers. Of course, Maru playing very safe because he's not sure of that.
Yeah. That blink on the way now. Stim about halfway done. We've got the eBay coming up here.
He wants to hunt that.
He's preempting this.
Yeah, he doesn't want it to see what's going on. SOS doesn't actually know about the second racks or anything.
Yeah. Oh my God! Nice play. Looking like TY for a second here. Maru has that timing down exactly. And that's annoying.
Yeah. Colossus Tech looks like it's coming up.
A lot of ways the best. It's subtle, but if you watch people that go for robo builds, if they just keep losing robo units like a Warp Prism, and then they end up losing an Observer later, and then their immortals get cut down, usually they lose the game. In a robo build, you can't afford any of the robo units, afford them to go down.
Yeah.
And that might sound like, isn't that true with everything? It's more so true with a robo than anything else.
Dude. SOS is in so much trouble.
Yeah, he really is.
We might get into like an instant base trade, but Maru would be at a huge advantage.
Turns out Terran buildings can fly Artosis.
Yeah.
So
it turns out that 17 or 15 Stim Marines do damage more quickly.
If he gets the pylon, Blink is going to be shut down, and that actually may be the beginning of the end. Good night.
Yeah, you got to recall immediately, and he did.
Okay.
Ooh.
But Maru actually going to go for it. I think other players would have stimmed and ran out, but he's actually saying, no, I got this.
Yeah, no Blink. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
These aren't the stalkers from a patch or two ago, that's for sure.
The targeting is actually perfect here.
Yeah.
The value he got by killing those. And at the last second, Maru picks up, heads out.
Very tough situation for SOS from that.
Certainly.
Just slows down everything he was doing.
Look at this.
Siege it there like your Zest.
So hoping Maru will unload those units into the cavity.
That'd be a great way to be able to lose units.
Yeah.
Like, where did they go?
Okay, so it seems like for now, SOS is going to double down. He's powering up. And I think he might even wait and see if Maru expands and then try to attack. Because I think there's actually nothing... There's nothing active that SOS can do that Maru can't exploit and possibly win the game. I mean, he just...
Well, SOS took too much damage, and now that he has to restart his Robo, so all his Colossus are going to be a lot later, like, every single thing that he was doing has kind of been hindered. I think he has to just sit back and play defensively. Like, we might see him start a third Nexus, but I'd be super surprised if he didn't have to cancel it the second Maru comes out. Maru's going to have a bunch of Marauders. You know, the Colossus just doesn't do that well against Marauders now.
No.
And he lost a ton of Stalkers because he didn't have Blink. Like, he probably just has to sit on 2 base.
Well, I actually wonder if SOS is so badly crippled that Maru can actually just 2-base push a 2-base player.
Yeah, it's possible.
Generally speaking, you don't want to do that. That's not really a thing. But I think if you've done this much damage, it's actually allowable. Now, despite the fact that SOS has been forced into a very submissive position. By the way, we see the scans here. SOS in this very submissive position, I think, is playing it quite correctly. He's just powering up, and he's just staying behind. He's kind of waiting. He's waiting, especially for a player like Maru. We know that sometimes Maru just pulls the trigger. Like this army you see moving around, 50% chance that suddenly it just loads up and goes into the main. It's just
it's a coin flip, man.
Especially with Maru here.
Yeah. What do you think about this Dark Shrine? I find that very interesting because the Second Forge and the Dark Shrine tell me 2 different things. But the Dark Shrine might be because Maru is late on his 3rd command, you know? Or it's like, okay, well, you're dropping mules, you're really trying to make a lot of units.
You know what else?
You don't have that many scans.
I think that SOS probably can't win with big counterattack warp-ins, but he can try to drop a DT in the main from time to time.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to do more damage. So this may be actually the Dark Shrine might be a reaction to the bad position that we see here from SOS. Again, SOS, he's like the jazz playing Protoss. He's feeling the game out as he goes.
And tries to draw a Widowmine hit over.
Oh my God!
Well, that's that. That's a killer move right there.
I think he actually kind of unloaded a little bit too far.
SOS.
Yeah, he actually is going to get this Colossus pretty far over before it gets taken out. So a few extra pot shots from the Stalkers, but without the Colossus, the Tier 1 of Maru is better than the Tier 2, or the Tier 1, excuse me, of SOS. But with the next Colossus coming out, Maru backs up. But it's still 2-base versus 2-base.
Yeah, they're going into 2-2, both of them are.
Yeah.
And like SOS's army will get better over time here. Not necessarily better than Mars. We haven't seen exactly what he's going for. It looks like it's just going to be very Marauder heavy, which I think is a great call.
He's got to be careful here. If these Stalkers blink forward, they can start getting the medevacs.
Okay. I think he just feels like he has to do something, and this is what he's decided to do, but it's not going to work.
Okay, SOS reacting a little bit too late there. The Colossus does go down, and now we have this awkward position where SOS's Stalkers are running towards Maru's main.
Oh, man.
Okay, so here's what we were talking about earlier with the DTs. This is the cheapest way to try to come back.
Okay, a good recall, though.
I think ideally when you send these DTs, you want to try to have them hold position somewhere where when the next push comes out, you just start killing off workers.
What is the winning play from SOS?
Well, I guess he's going to try to slow drip DTs into the base of Maru and try to keep Maru honest. And from there...
Slow drip DTs.
Yeah.
Okay, you're like a very fancy coffee
shop. It's like an
shop.
IV, yeah. An IV of DTs slowly going.
Our DTs are slow dripped.
That's right. This is called my cold brew build. But I do feel like Maru just sort of deflected this and is reassembling, and this push up here I think is going to be GG.
If Maru
was at like 50% more supply right now than SOS.
If he wasn't getting 2-2, or if the DTs did a lot, I'd be like, okay, maybe there's a chance. But looking at this, there's no chance, man. Oh God, look at that army. Yeah, right, Nexus, get out. Get out of this game!
I'm stutter step microing against a building! Okay, so he takes that out. Then he actually leaves. And you know what? This is not the most exciting way to end it, but it is the most guaranteed way to win a game.
Yeah.
Because if you just kill their base and you're like, I'll see you later. Basically, SOS is like trying to make a sandcastle, and Maru is like that fat kid with sticky hands that comes up and steps on it.
Why does he have sticky hands?
I don't know. You know that kid? You know, there's always that kid. He's like a bully, and his hands are always sticky. He doesn't wash them.
I didn't know his hands were sticky, but okay, I'll go with this.
I'm not wrong.
He's eating too many popsicles at the beach, knocking over sandcastles instead of playing in the water or digging a hole.
He's for sure going to track sand in the house.
Did you build sandcastles, Tasis?
I did.
Were there any beaches in Kansas?
Yeah, and when the vast beaches of Kansas, I did. When I wasn't busy hiking in the mountains of Kansas, yes. So that's going to be it. GG. Maru with a very clean, precise victory.
Solid game number 2 right there. Okay. I love how they drink the water that you get on the airplane. If you're on Korean Air or, you know, Janair Green Wings or whatever, this Korean Air owns Janair Green Wings.
Oh, they do? I didn't know that.
Janair is just one of the airlines that Korean Air owns. That's the water you get in the airplane, just so you know.
Good product placement. Well, it's better that than they fly in on an airplane. And so
cheaper than this.
Certainly much cheaper. It'd be cool if they played, but they were in airline seats. We can't start the game until you buckle that. Oh, you want to hear a story? I was on the plane with Artosis, and the stewardess, this is on the way back, the stewardess came by, and she's like, sir, you got to buckle your seatbelt. I'm like, oh, okay, sure. And as she walked by, I started to buckle, and then I looked at Artosis, and I dropped the buckle back down. I said, I'm a spy.
The greatest spy
The greatest spy in the world is what I said. That's right.
Yeah.
Like, you know what?
It's funny, too,
I'm not wearing the buckle.
It's like they come until you get your seatbelt on, and then you look like it is your number one mission in life. You're like, oh, yeah, the seatbelt. Oh, yeah, like,
for sure.
You start looking all over.
It must be by my sides. Hold on. I'm sure my hands can find them.
And the thing is, you're trying to show, like, urgency of doing it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, you're broadcasting those so hard when you don't need to, and it's just like, what are you doing? And then you put it down. You're like, I got him. Can't get me.
GSL Season 1.
All right.
Daybreak.
We're ready. Let's go to Game 3.
Janair Green Wings. Maru. Janair Green Wings. SOS.
So now that you've seen 2 games, who wins?
I think SOS still wins.
You still think so?
Yep. I'm confident with that one.
Well, Maru really kind of SOS'd him that time. He hit his buildings. He wasn't expecting to build.
Let's be honest, though. That pylon completely changed the landscape of the game. He actually was going to come in with a pretty precise attack, and I think that got shut down. Yeah. And then all those stalkers got killed.
Yeah, and he lost the Robo. And, like, the thing is, he has, like, 3 Colossus so fast with that Robo timing. Like, yeah, everything went wrong. And it's because he had no idea what Maru was actually doing. Best wedding anniversary ever. This is the best wedding anniversary ever.
That's the most factual sign I've ever seen.
Yes. That is brilliant. You know that couple's going to last.
That's right.
Okay.
It's a match made in heaven.
Couples who watch GSL together, I don't know if you guys saw this stat, right? Like 50% of people in America get divorced, but the ones that watch GSL together stay together.
That's right.
But if GSL ever gets canceled, though, all of you have to get divorced. That's it. You guys can't be happy if I can't be happy.
That's right. That's right.
So I want every couple right now to do a blood pact. If GSL ever gets canceled, you get a divorce and you move on. You get new lives, and that's right. Because that's what our Artosis and Tasis have to do.
Yeah, we are the longest standing esports show. Going on to 8 years soon.
Damn, that's old.
If you're 8 years old, what are you learning in school?
Well, you are in 2nd grade.
2nd grade,
right?
Okay.
So cursive.
Cursive, that's right.
Well, at least when we were in 2nd grade, I don't know if they do that anymore.
They have to, right?
They teach you how to choose cursive font on your iPad.
Yeah, man. Kids got phones now. What else you learned in 2nd grade? Multiplication, I think?
No, that was 3rd grade. For me, at least.
Remember when they taught you, you're like a little kid and they teach you long division? What the fuck is that all about? Like learning long division, I'm like, oh man, I might be like a little kid, but like, there's no way I'm gonna use this. And guess what? I'm a grown up. Haven't used it once.
That's true.
See,
but you have a very weird job.
It is. Well,
what's 8 divided by 2, Tasteless?
No one knows.
Nobody knows. There's no way to figure out.
There's no way.
The way to figure out has been lost.
I'm like, it's 3.3 repeating. No, I mean, it's, there's a couple of things you learn in school, and, you know, that form of math, and you're like, well, math is actually everywhere. We use it all the time. I'm like, you know, I get what you're saying, and you're not wrong, but some of this stuff.
I used long division.
Trigonometry, I don't know what happened in that class. I got out, and I'm like, I hope I don't have to do that again, because I've only got so much time in this world.
Tasis took trigonometry and was like, man, it's a sin they had me there. Because I wasted my time.
2 puns in there. Oh, you're good. You got to just start writing all these jokes down, Artosis.
No, I want these jokes to be lost to time, Tasteless.
So if GSL is 8 years old, it's learning how to do cursive.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a little bit intimidated by the 3rd graders.
Oh, no, I just remembered because, well, in my school, 1st and 2nd grade were on the 1st floor, and then 3rd, 4th, 5th was on the 2nd floor.
Okay.
So I was strutting, literally.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm like, oh, these 1st graders, they don't even
get it, man.
They don't even get it. I'm taller than everyone.
That's right, except for the girls because they hit puberty faster, so they're, like, taller than you, and you're like, this is weird.
Hopefully not at 9 years old. Or 8
I guess that's true. Well, no, I know, Artosis. I started puberty at 5, man.
I can tell.
That's right.
With that voice.
I was in kindergarten. I was only learning one letter in kindergarten, Artosis. It was the letter G.
Yeah. So according to the internet, Tasteless, that's when you started smoking cigarettes to get that voice.
We got a drop come in here. Nice pickup. He does get out.
That was a cool little drop going on. I like that he has the Twilight and Double Forge behind this as well. And he's kind of just sitting there on 2 bases doing this. But I love little drops like that. Any Immortal drop type of play.
By the way, and I'm not being critical, but it's interesting to see that SOS really just going with these robo bases. Robo builds, excuse me.
He's quite enjoying the robo play. And the thing is, there's been a lot of variation with it as well. Like, this is an Immortal drop with just a couple of depths. Little bit of damage done there, right? And he's got the robo, which is kind of like a super safety building. And to be able to go into 1-1 this quickly, pretty fantastic. Oh, no! He lost it. That's not good.
Wow, Nor's Arcasian. I didn't realize he had lost it either.
Well, they didn't show it. That's why they brought that up.
So it's gone. Well, I will say both the Robo and the Immortal out of the game now puts SOS in a lot of jeopardy. He loses the ability to juggle his units, and the Immortal is basically good against everything that Terran is about to attack with.
This could get canceled possibly. That shield battery finishing up really gives him a lot of survivability, though. And, the Immortal is pretty key here.
Is he going to get it? Yes.
Hell yeah, man.
It's funny how one Immortal changes an entire battle.
It really is, especially in the early game. I mean, it's an expensive unit. It should.
Okay, SOS not quite precise there with that shade. He could have actually body blocked that.
He would end up killing this entire army.
Yeah, he's going to go for it
again,
again, though.
Still. Not the Cyclone, that's for sure.
So the Cyclone continuing to kite here. This has been a real tug-of-war match. So he's going to shade up here more for intel than for an attack. And he's going to evaluate.
Ooh.
That was sick. That was impressive.
How'd you see that?
That was impressive that he knew that was there, considering there was a shade in too.
Well, I guess that's what really drew his eyes to the area, right?
So he's still shading forward. Now, remember, guys, Maru has a third base.
Yeah, but
and that's really where I think SOS probably should attack.
Well, this is Glaives and 1-1, so his
God.
Adepts actually wreck everything. I want to see him dive on top of
Actually,
this.
you're right, Artosis. I stand corrected. This is a great play.
Oh my God.
Free kills on the
Oh my
SCVs,
God.
you have to take that.
Okay, well.
And only one gets out. That guy's going to get a tattoo when this is all done. So the bunker goes down, and I would say
It's not going to be getting that tattoo, Tasteless.
No, I'm afraid
he just
not.
fell.
Only if Maru GG's before that SCV dies. So he's targeting the Immortal, but when it's all said and done, the Immortal lives and everything else has been picked off. So I believe this is the beginning of the end. Maru, there it is, GG.
Well, that was some solid play out of SOS. Even losing that Prism, no problem, though. These games have been kind of wildly one-sided, huh?
Well, if you know, Maru actually pushed out and didn't have enough Medivacs to pick up and leave, so he basically overextended after having an advantage, and SOS punished him.
Okay, very cool game right there.
So, Maru is going to have a little bit of time to try to pull it together.
Yeah.
But not too surprising, SOS right now is really dominating. He's just a cleaner player. And that's crazy to say when you're talking about someone as good as Maru.
I know strategically, though, this is a very interesting style that he just played there, like the double forge and everything. He had a lot of different ways he could transition the whole game, but ended up, because Maru did do that attack on the third base, just killing him.
All right, guys, we're going to a break. We'll be back. I promise.
Loving you can get so lonely. Hard to get, it's just my type. If you want me, come and show me. Yeah, in my heart, I'm out my mind. I know the games that you play, tryna act like you don't want me. But how come the second I leave you alone, you pick up your phone and call me? We got that crazy connection, don't mess with the laws of attraction. When you're in my heart, I'm out my mind. When it's good, it feels so good. And even when it's bad, it's still pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing. I know I should leave you for good, but I'm keeping you around, I guess I'm going crazy. I guess I'm going crazy. Loving you can get so lonely. Hard to get, it's just my type. If you want me, come and show me. When you're in my heart, I'm out my mind. You're in my heart, I'm out my mind. When you're in my heart, I'm out my mind. When you're in my heart, I'm out my mind. Baby, you love the attention, you want the control and you know it. But having the upper hand doesn't mean nothing if you ain't got no one to hold it. I don't know what you've been smoking, don't mess with the laws of attraction. When you're in my heart, I'm out my mind. When it's good, it feels so good. And even when it's bad, it's still pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing. I know I should leave you for good, but I'm keeping you around, I guess I'm going crazy. I guess I'm going crazy. Loving you can get so lonely.
GSL Season 1, Code S, Daybreak.
This is not the end. I know you'll make it through the unknown to where you belong. This
아프리카 TV에는 당신이 아는 것보다 다양한 인정이 살고 있죠. 말 많은 인정, 발 빠른 인정, 잘 먹는 인정, 영리한 인정, 친절한 인정까지. 모든 게 컨텐츠가 되고 누구나 주인공이 되는 세상. 알고 보면 멋진 세상.
Are you free? Africa TV.
A prolonged one-man duel. And then 4 months passed. Now it's our turn to laugh. ASL Season 5 Turnaround.
Sound that is made when SOS starts a robo. You know something bad's gonna happen.
Yeah. I almost feel like it's the sound where like he is chasing down. It's almost like Blade Runner-esque.
Yeah,
and he's the one eliminating all of the robots, and he's not a robot. It's the thing.
That's right.
He's just the most creative human. He's like, my mind is beautiful. Robots have to die.
I think you've just summed it up, Artosis.
Look at that look on his face. Look at that smirk.
And then I'm going to make another robo.
I'm going to make robos.
We're so stupid, man.
I'm going to make robos like it's 2011 through 2014.
We're going into Game 4. SOS very consistent with his tech.
Really go robo on Abyssal Reed.
Yes, of course. But what if he doesn't? Oh, man. I don't know what's going on.
I think you just should. Just for consistency's sake.
Oh, man. Well, Maru's actually looked pretty good in these games, but he's kind of overextended a couple times. I think if he's a little bit more conservative, which is hard to say because he's Maru, super aggro, maybe he'll do better.
GSL Season 1 Code S Daybreak. Jin Air Green Wings Maru. Jin Air Green Wings SOS.
Ruh-roh.
Yeah. It's time for something like this.
I thought you were supposed to make that next to your command center.
Yeah.
Someone tell Maru he's building his building on the wrong part of the map.
Oh my gosh. Well, I think, you know, Proxy Reaper, make your factory at home, I guess. I mean, he could make all of his buildings up there if he wanted to.
Is SOS going to look for it, though?
No.
Okay, there we go. Big Dipper move here.
You ever locate constellations, find them in the sky?
In Seoul, no. We can't even see any stars out here. There's too much light and pollution.
Yeah, in Seoul, you can generally see like one star. Now that I moved outside the city into a suburb.
Oh, yeah?
Which is also a city bigger than almost every city in America, just to make that clear to everyone listening. I can see a few stars.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was...
Because I live on the very edge of the city I live in. So.
I went on a vacation. I went to Mongolia, the mountains.
Yeah.
And that's when you really see how many stars there are. It's crazy.
How many are there? Did you count them all?
I started, I ran out of time.
He's like, yeah.
There were at least 100. I mean, it was
at least 100 stars.
Hundreds and hundreds of stars out there.
Hundreds of stars.
Yes.
There couldn't be that many stars.
You're probably right.
Because the sun is a star,
You know, I tend to
name
exaggerate.
how many stars you can name, right? It's like, well, there's the sun. And
I know that one star is called Arcturus. Because of Arcturus Mengst, yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah, I was playing this this is like a long time ago, this old game called, I think it's called Outpost.
Yeah.
It was back when Sierra made games. and you could land on like different star systems, and they tried to keep it accurate. And I remember I found Arcturus. I'm like, what? Like, why'd they name a star? Oh, it's actually the name of a star.
Oh.
Or a red dwarf or whatever.
Yeah.
So in this game, things are going to pick up very quickly.
Yeah. Okay, so he sees exactly what's going on. Can he actually hold on against this? He needs to go up his ramp, I would say, immediately, because these Cyclones are not going to mess around.
Yeah. And notice he's not even going for the workers right now.
Yeah. Well, he has to force the force field out immediately. Yeah,
so, SOS is actually running out of his base with his probes. Now, there's a very specific amount of time that Maru has to pull this off in. So, this is either going to work. Oh, hold on. This is, once again, that's the key to beating Maru, is to take out those pylons. Everything's unpowered. But hold on. The probe surround isn't
he
bad.
needed that void ray as well. Yeah, the probe surround is actually doing fantastically. Look at that. Takes out the Cyclone. Turns out the counter to Cyclone is the probe.
Yeah, I think Maru wasn't quite diligent. Now, if he just gets that pylon again, all SOS has is...
That was actually a shield battery.
Oh,
that is also
I'm sorry. Okay.
Well,
I think Maru did the same mistake. He started firing it and said, oh.
Yeah. I need to get this unpowered shield battery immediately. As he gets up to 4 Cyclones, it becomes very, very scary once again here. Oh, nice micro pulling back. Okay, he can turn this on now, I think.
Well, if he loses this, maybe he's going to make a robo this time. You know, I think everything is just softened up enough. The sentry's gone.
It looks like he'll just lose this Nexus, but that's not necessarily the end of the game.
No, it's not.
Like, I mean,
the barracks has been lifted, so he doesn't have the ability to have as much momentum. But you got to be careful. You misclick against a Cyclone, and everything dies. Really nice kiting, actually on both sides. And so the barracks is flying in here to try to evaluate where exactly SOS is in this game. Maru cannot afford to make any mistakes. Remember, he's down 1-2. He's in a very good position, but I would say if anybody can maneuver strategically out of this, it would be SOS. So
generally, Void Rays are not something you see too much of in this matchup, but when you do, it's generally an SOS game, and that's actually the truth. Like,
good point.
He's actually had some Void Ray builds, not super recently, but like for instance, I remember there was an Adept force field. You know that force field robot? What's it called? Sentry. That's right.
Yeah.
Adept Sentry Void Ray build that we saw him do a bit ago. I don't know what he's going to be able to get done with what he has, so it's definitely an uphill road. The one thing I wish is that when he was defending, and the thing is, his life was so on the line that I understand the way that he dealt with it, but he had 5 probes that were kind of out there. If he had sent 1 away, maybe there would have been something like a proxy pylon. Maybe you could put some harass on or possibly get an attack going. The problem is right now that even though he's going to have Warp Gate and like 2 gates, he can't, there's like, to walk out with your army and then, you know, put down a pylon and then warp in slowly, that's not going to work.
So I got a lot of respect here from Maru, just staying back. Oh, this is so smart. He's just going to go right up there. Good pickup. He actually can snag this other one, I think. Yeah. Okay, but I mean, the idea was quite good. Now, that actually did not stop SOS's momentum. He is still trucking down towards the south. And
that's
never underestimate SOS in a position like this.
Yeah.
He has enough Phoenixes. He can, if he does it correctly, just remove the right units. We actually have a going for the barracks here, or the factory, rather. Excuse me.
Oh, that factory's super wrecked. All this hits air.
The moment the Banshee comes up...
Oh, that Phoenix thought it was going to shoot. It didn't.
Okay, so this is... I think this is a really smart follow-up here by Maru. That's like the cheapest, safest way to keep the lead.
And look at all these turrets, the bunker.
The turrets are actually very well placed where the bunker covers it nicely.
It's super tough here.
Targeting down the bunker. No SCVs to repair right away. Does he actually have enough momentum? All the Cyclones are picked up right now. I can't quite see what's going on underneath them. Not enough. GG. Maru ties it up. Sick.
Good proxy right there. Really catching SOS off guard on Abyssal. So we go to map 5 once again. These two play crazy series. I just want to see them play all day. I should apply for a job in the Jin Air house. Do you think they'd let me clean their dishes?
I for sure would not let you in that house cleaning their dishes. But you can try. Hey,
as soon as they let me in, they're like, "Why are you on SOS's computer with a thumb drive?" Like, oh, I'm trying to steal his credit card information. Like, no, you're not. You're trying to steal his replays.
Okay, game 5. SOS is smiling. He's like, well, I could just go back to making robos this series.
See, I tricked you that game.
This build was actually so meta that I chose to lose one game with a Stargate to build your confidence up. He's doing it like a Bond villain. He's actually telling him his plans before he kills him off. And that's how I'll steal all the diamonds, Maru.
Oh, my. Losing game 4, that's a very strategic choice right there.
That's right.
That's like the long-term con.
That's right. But now SOS is back in his underground volcano base, ready to destroy every government at once and send the world into chaos. Why? For money. Okay. Game 5.
They called me $, but that isn't correct. It's $, opening to volcano, $. Because that's my secret lair.
GSL
That's right.
Season 1, Code S, Daybreak.
And he's got, I'll wait for the show to start. Yeah. It's like SOS has got his Bond henchman, like an immortal with a claw arm or something. Yeah. How many James Bonds are there?
How many James Bond movies? There's
gotta be like
so
30 or
many.
something,
Yeah,
right? I mean, there's
it's
a
crazy.
lot.
I actually got the box set of all the James Bond movies, and I was going through watching them in order. But then I had twin babies, and I haven't watched one since.
Are they any good? I've heard some of the new ones are not bad.
Some of the new ones are good, and some of them are terrible. Terrible. Like which one was it? Spectre, I think. It was so bad I couldn't finish it, and I love James Bond movies.
Really?
Yeah. Like I mean, Pierce Brosnan, greatest James Bond, by the way.
I think he was. Yeah.
Anyone who says it's Sean Connery is actually an idiot. So yeah. Everyone out there, your dads and grandpas are dumb.
It truly is a generational thing as well. It truly is.
It's all about Pierce Brosnan, okay?
Yeah, he had to look for it, for sure.
Daniel Craig's okay, but the scripts they're giving him are rough, man. Oh, my God. Spectre.
Can you do a good Sean Connery voice? Can you talk like this?
No, I can't, but that's really good. Wow.
SCV chasing the probe.
I never knew you could do that. There's still things I don't know about you.
Sometimes it's okay to hit a woman. Did you ever see that YouTube video where he's like, it's okay to hit women? And I'm like,
No, I never saw
yeah,
it.
you can YouTube it. It's like totally weird. And I think he's being interviewed by like, I think her name's Barbara Walters or something like that.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, you got to see it.
I bet she didn't take that nicely.
No, it's, yeah. But that's my Sean Connery voice.
It's really good. Ooh, $1 gorillion.
$1 dollars. That's a lot of money. He's almost there, though.
It's,
Artosis, you look deep in thought.
Yeah, no, I
just say it,
had something to
Artosis.
say. I can't remember.
Just say what you're feeling, man.
I had something funny and it's gone now. That's okay.
That's okay.
Figure out something funny later on.
Okay, guys, SOS is not getting a robo. He's actually going with the Stargate play again.
Well.
By the way, these games actually don't look like, I guess what I expected them to look like. I've really been enjoying the series, but I didn't realize it was going to be a lot of these super short skirmishes.
Yeah, well, it's a lot more fun, actually, than just watching two forges going and, like, will Terran kill him on 1-1 before he hits 2-2?
Find out at minute 7. Minute 7 of Game 5 of the GSL. So, we have an Oracle being made now. And what is overall compared to some of these other games, it's been a pretty passive start here.
Yeah, nothing too crazy going on.
I would like to remind everybody, Maru was the only Terran player that got to the top 8. And he might be the only player to get to the Final 4. All of our Terrans died out early on.
Yeah, they had a tough time this season overall.
Yeah.
Maru also doing very well in IM Katowice. Getting super far in that as well. Ended up... God, why is my brain just completely not working now? I was having such a good time.
Yeah, what happened, buddy?
I don't know.
We got to change your batteries.
my brain is like super fried into this. Did he lose to Classic? Right?
Wait, which player?
Maru?
You're putting me on the spot here.
It was Rogue versus Cyril.
Yeah.
It was Rogue versus Cyril. Oh, wait, no, there was another Zerg up there, right? Why can't I think about this? Wait, no, it was Rogue versus... No, Cyril versus Classic, that's it. Okay, now it's all coming. And then, Maru. I don't know. I don't know what I'm even talking about now. I don't know why I can't remember this. I was just there and I just commented.
We're giving you a pass, Artosis. Okay. It's all right.
Let that one go.
Oracle goes down just right before Stim. I would not be surprised if Maru begins to poke here. Now, let's remember, everybody, we actually saw many overextensions in this series.
Indeed.
That might be because these guys know each other so well. They're baiting each other pretty hard. But I don't see a medevac with this army just yet. So,
why did a probe just scout that? He's like doing his best to walk in the weirdest pattern, like the weirdest angle.
Well, it's like I was saying, they're teammates. He might actually know exactly the angle that Maru tries to move out to go undetected.
It's very true.
Now, Stim's done. But if Maru messes up with these Marines, it's all going to be gone, and he won't have very much momentum. Big gateway explosion here as well, over at the main. All right, now, force fields are where you can actually get in trouble here when it's just Marines like this.
Sure. Oh, nice turnaround right there. Going to stim up and be able to take this out. Oops.
Okay, here we go. Oh, my God. The stutter step micro is real.
Oh,
Get wrecked. I don't even need a medevac.
Well, this is going to be some significant damage here for sure. Picking off quite a few units here. The shield battery.
That's it.
Wow.
GG. Whoa. I guess that's the one way to beat SOS. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was a Fast and Furious series. Definitely a crazy one. And Maru advances to the semifinals. So that's going to be a really sick match. Maru versus Stark. What do you think about that?
I'm happy. We have a great Final Four. We've got each of the 3 StarCraft races in there.
Of course. It's always balanced. Thank you again, David Kim.
That's right.
The lasting legacy of always getting a good ratio in the top 4 of every tournament ever.
Wow, SOS losing in the round of 8. In a series that I think we could all agree was kind of surprising. I didn't think the games were going to look quite like that, especially that last game.
No, that was surprising.
That was actually a
little
bop.
bit sloppy, losing a couple flying units.
Technically, let me get the dictionary out here. Hold on. Yep, that counts as a bop.
Yeah.
I mean, he was not planning on winning the game with that, but he just ended up killing everything off and won.
All right, so here we are. This top 4, what do you think about it?
I'm happy. You already asked me that. Very happy, Artos.
Did I already?
Yeah.
I don't know. My brain just shut off randomly.
That's okay. You can ask me again in a few minutes.
I have to be rebooted.
That's it.
네, GSL 최후의 테란 조성주 선수 4강까지 살아 올라갑니다.
The last Terran
조성주 선수
in the
만나보겠습니다.
GSL Season 1. Maru has advanced. Congratulations. He says thank you.
네, 이 테란 유저들의 희망의 불씨를 지켜냈습니다. 먼저 4강 진출 소감 어떠세요?
You're keeping the Terran pride alive. How do you feel going to the semifinals? So after I lost the first map, I was really quite worried.
네, 1세트를 말씀하셨어요.
So I'm super relieved now that I won.
제가 초반에
네.
올인인 줄 알고 너무 위축돼가지고
네.
그것 때문에 불리해가지고
네.
I thought he was going to go for an all-in,
없더라고요.
so I was really nervous in that last game.
제 생각엔 그랬던
네.
것 같아요.
아, 그런 것 같다.
They were talking
알겠습니다.
about the time into the
자,
stim
오늘
pack.
조성주 선수의 이 승부사던
But I guess Maru was a little bit surprised by that result in that last game.
2대1로
Maru,
밀리고 있을 때
in set 4,
조성주 사이클론 빌드 아주
you were quite
좋았거든요.
behind.
적중했는데
You were down
그때부터
2-1.
많은 생각을 하셨던 것 같아요.
일단 전진 사이클론 하려던 게 아니었는데
We could feel the tension.
유진이
What were your thoughts?
형이 프로브 정찰이 안 와가지고 그냥 하게 됐는데
So,
뭔가 빌드가 잘 맞물린 것 같아요.
I don't really go for proxy builds as often.
김유희 선수가 정말
But
빠르게
I just thought,
정찰하기 시작했는데
I just thought, okay, let's try it this time.
뚫어냈습니다.
And I knew when I scouted his base, I just knew that was going to work. So I was comfortable in that moment.
예언자 잡을 때 좀 유진이 형이 긴장했구나라고 생각했는데
네.
팀
On map 5, after I killed
되고
his
나서
oracles,
가서 끝날 때 좀
I could see that SOS was really nervous.
괜찮았던 것 같아요.
네, 이렇게 IEM에 이어서 GSL에서도
So after my stim pack was completed, I just attacked and went for it.
또 승자는 다시 한번 조성주 선수가 됐습니다.
So
이렇게
even in
두번
IEM,
다
you and
김민기
SOS
선수의
had
발목을
full
잡았어요.
sets.
오늘 저녁이라도 사셔야 될 것
And
같아요.
today you had a full set as well.
너무 미안해가지고 일단
네.
뭐라 할 말이 없고
네.
그냥
Are you
맛있는
going to
거
buy
많이
SOS a
사줘야
nice dinner?
그렇습니다.
Now that you beat him twice in a row.
안팎으로 이
He
테란
says, yeah, I think that's a good
유저분들의
idea.
입장에서는 조성주 선수의 4강 진출이 정말 기쁘실 것 같거든요. 오늘 이 대회 이전에 사실 가장 정말 중요했던 패치가 있었어요. 밤까마귀 너프가 있었는데 그것에 대한 입장이
So
궁금하거든요.
before we're having today's matches,
일단
there's a patch
제가
on the
처음
Raven.
썼거든요,
What are your thoughts
그거.
on that patch?
네. 대회 하나로 그렇게 판단하는 건 좀 아닌 것 같고 그냥
네.
계속 냅뒀으면
I think
좋겠고
we just had a patch.
그거 없으면 후반 가도 솔직히
I
별로
think it's a little early to be
네.
patching it like that.
냅뒀으면 좋겠어요.
And
밤까마귀의
I think it's
테란의
out so early. I don't
후반
really have an
확실히
opinion.
더 어려워질
So I'm
것이다
not going to
이렇게
say
보고
much.
계시는 건가요?
상대 종족도 적응을 하면 그만큼 대처가 좋기 때문에 그냥
네.
지금은 너무 빠른 너프 같고 조금만 더 지켜봤으면 좋겠어요.
너무 높다.
So I still think the other races are adapting to the patches.
아, 이제 테란 유저분들의 고민도 깊어질 것 같은데요. 자, 이제 4강 상대 박영우 선수와의 경기가 일단 대저그전이라는 게 그나마 어떻게 받아들이고 계실지
Basically, what Maru's saying is yeah, we shouldn't be patching too often.
저그를 처음 만나는 것 같은데.
네.
So in the semifinals,
일단 저희
you were
팀에 제일
against
잘하는 저그가 있기 때문에
네.
연습 편하게 할 수 있을 것 같아요.
그래요? 근데 박영우
I don't
선수는
feel I match well against Zerg in higher rounds of tournaments, but I've got a good Zerg as a teammate. So I guess I have that going for me.
그 징크스만 믿고 계신 것 같아요, 상대가.
네, 저도 빨리.
But Dark said he wanted to face off against you.
네, 영호 형도 깼기 때문에
네.
저도 빨리 깨고 싶네요.
Well, he's saying that because he thinks I'm cursed and that I can't get it to the finals. But I'm going to break that
그럼
curse.
마지막으로 이번 GSL
Just like
4강
Dark breaking his
각오를
round of 16
들어볼게요.
curse.
일단 유진이 형을 이기고
Before we close it
올라간
out, anything to
만큼
say?
결승 가도록 하겠습니다.
So since I defeat my teammate
최후 테란
SOS,
조성주 선수 다시 한번 축하드리겠습니다.
I think I've got even more motivation to win for us. So keep supporting me.
조성주 선수의 진출로
Right.
이번 시즌 4강 대진표가
Congratulations
모두
and thank you.
완성됐는데요. 완성된 4강 대진
Okay,
확인해
cool.
보겠습니다.
There we have it. Yeah.
Cool final
So, Jesus,
four.
how do you feel about that round of 4?
I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it. You can ask me again in a few more minutes
Yeah,
if you
no,
want
I'm going to. I'm going to just keep cycling through there. But that is sick. And whatever final we get is actually really nice. Even Dark Suit, they have such a kind of little rivalry going on. They played so many CVZs together, old teammates and all that. And I mean, those are just great finals.
I feel like we're all, Stats is getting overshadowed here, but Stats could absolutely take this whole thing. He's a great player. The last Protoss to make it is the one who is the most conservative, the one who just wants to play a macro game.
Quick question. What's the best finals here?
Sue versus Maru.
Yeah, you're right. No, you're right. That's the right answer.
That was that's not really an opinion question.
It's clearly
it's
clearly the best finals that we can have here. And there's a decent chance that'll happen. I mean, Maru is playing like a man on fire lately. You can take down Dark. Dark and Maru, neither of them have a GSL finals yet. Think about that.
Also, it's cool to see that the last Terran that makes it isn't somebody like Innovation who's so mechanical and robotic. It's really this kind of finesse Terran.
Sure.
And here are the remaining 4 leather grackets of the GSL.
Yeah.
Who wore it better? Probably Sue.
3 badasses in Maru. Look at that. The pocket-sized pro gamer over here.
It's 3 badass Korean greasers and then one guy who's waiting for his mom to pick him up from school. And that's the jacket she bought him at Dillard's.
All right. You see, the 21st and the 24th is when the round of 4 is going to be.
That's right. Now you know. What a cool day today. Hey, guys, by the way, don't forget, we have ASL tomorrow. StarCraft 1 with sOs? Are you guys for reals?
We're for reals.
Yeah, we wouldn't lie to you.
Can you even believe it? Next week, no GSL because of WESG.
That's right.
We do have Maru and Dark both going over there. So, gonna delay everything and hit that round of 4 the week after. The final's going to be on the 31st. And then, of course, Super Tournament's going to be starting up right away. And that's always one of our most fun
We've got a lot of work cut out for us, Artosis.
Indeed, indeed. Of course, with ASL tomorrow, that's going to be just fantastic. Tune into that.
Yeah, do not
think you don't like StarCraft 1? Well, you're wrong. You do like it. You just don't know it yet.
They're both great games.
It's your second favorite game that you don't know yet. You don't know that yet.
So the Super Tournament is coming up, and this is one of my favorite things to do all year. It's really cool that we start out, and over 4 days, we just truck through all these great games. So come down. I know we have some people that fly out for the Super Tournament, kind of hang out in the studio every day and get to watch a really intense speed run of a tournament.
Yeah, the top 2 will be seated right in, of course, and it's just this is such a fun tournament. The Super Tournament. We start an hour and a half earlier than a normal GSL day because there are so many best of 5s that we do. It's a super long day.
Okay. I'm in a good mood. This was fun. I feel a lot more awake today than I did yesterday, man. We were dying yesterday with that jet lag. It always takes a little bit of time for your body to adjust. So, guys, thank you so much for joining us for today's GSL Code S. We will see you tomorrow for ASL.
That's at 7 p.m.
Make a mistake.
KST. So 30 minutes later than a normal GSL day. This wasn't a normal GSL day.
That's right. That does it, guys. We love you. Have a good morning, afternoon, or night, wherever you are, and we'll see you in about 24 hours.
So, this is the GSL.
'Cause there's only one king, and there's only one crown, and there ain't enough room for us both on the throne. It's about to go down. So you better start running. So you better start running. Let's go. So you better start running. Because I'm coming right now. Because I'm coming right now.
Game activated.
There's a place at the end of the
GSL Season 1 Code S Daybreak.